evening, everybody. Happy Friday to everyone out there. Welcome to the Chainmovers Podcast. As usual, I'm your host, Chad. With me is my trusted co-host, Reed. How's it going, Reed?
It's Friday, man.
It is Friday.
Well. It's going very well.
It's a beautiful day again.
Yep.
Beautiful. Like I was sweating out there doing some work today.
Enjoy it. Not going to be like that for long.
No, we got a little rain, snow mix in the forecast, I see.
Yeah.
So that's on its way. Not cool.
No.
Not cool at all.
To be expected, however.
It is. It's getting to be that time of the year. We were blessed with a nice day also yesterday when we went down to Wainwright to play Wainwright for high school football.
That's right. I forgot about that game. What happened?
We'll get to that. There's a little teaser. We'll talk about the Wheatland at the end of the show. But yeah, again, as always, Reed, lots to get to. You know, we always got lots to cover, and the people expect it. The people want their sports information, and they
want it from us.
That's right. That's what it boils down to.
Yeah.
So let's get at her, Reed. Before we dive into that Thursday nighter, though, a couple little side stories I want to talk about. Urban Meyer. It's not getting any better for Urban Meyer after the release of that video. The video in question, if you were to Google it, he has a young lady in an Ohio bar, and she's kind of grinding on him up at the bar, and we have talked about it, but if you haven't heard about it, just Google it, you'll find it. Came out with kind of a half-ass mediocre apology after everything had come out and the dust had settled, but apparently he's lost the locker room. Guys are cracking jokes on him and jokes about the whole thing, and I mean, if the Jags weren't bad enough, this is probably the last thing they needed. I mean, what do you do if you're Urban Meyer?
I still haven't seen this video yet, but I don't think I need to see it, but to give an opinion on it.
No, it's fairly basic.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. I think, well, I don't know why he's out at a bar when they've been losing every game.
Good question. Not much to celebrate these
days. If they were maybe 3-0 instead of 0-3, or are they 0-4 now?
0-4, yeah.
If they were 4-0 instead of 0-4, then maybe he'd get away with it. But
yeah. He's on the old hot seat.
He needs to get that 0 up to a 1 before he can start doing these things.
Yeah. Baby steps, right? Baby steps.
Yeah, but I don't know. I guess he's a grown man and he can do what he wants to a certain degree.
Absolutely, but he's also representing the Jacksonville Jaguars everywhere he goes.
Yeah.
So,
and he does have a nice contract, and they're paying him enough money to do what he's doing.
Yeah.
So, probably not. I would. If I were him, he should know better to maybe win a game before he goes out to the bar.
Yeah, and and I mean, he was inviting this young lady to do what she was doing, and the team apparently at practice there when they break their huddle, it's grind on 3 and in reference to the Urban Meyer video. So and then the boys have a good laugh. So I'd be surprised at this point if Urban makes the year. I think he'll either step down for health reasons or the Jags will just flat out fire him.
Yeah, I don't know.
If it's like 0-7 time, they're going to be like, okay, hit the
road.
Road.
Well, not like they were expecting to go make a playoff run this year anyway, were they?
No, I don't think so.
So, I don't know. He's probably playing with house money this first year.
You think so?
Yeah, and then really, if you're the Jaguars, what are you expecting to accomplish this year or next year?
Yeah.
Get Lawrence's couple of years of experience and see where it goes from there, I think.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of coaches kicking down the door to go coach in Jacksonville.
Also true, yeah.
So I don't think Shad Khan is the best owner in the NFL. But yeah, I don't know. I'd be surprised if Urban made it the year, but you think he for sure will make it the year.
Yeah. Well, what kind of contract did he sign? Do you remember?
I don't actually.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like a 5-year,
pretty
loaded contract. But like any contract, there's terms that you have to follow, and if you don't follow such terms, then they have the right to nix your deal.
Yeah, I
don't know if this falls into that kind of a thing, but
those guys that come from college to the NFL are always under the microscope, right?
Yeah.
You look at Cliff Kingsbury in Arizona. After his first year there, I think they only won 5 games, and they were calling for his head. This is no different. Cliff Kingsbury come from Tech, which Texas Tech, which isn't a near as prestigious school as what Urban Meyer came from a football perspective, but. Yeah, it just doesn't look good for Urban.
If he was coaching the Patriots, then maybe he'd be gonzo, but...
Yeah, they run a tight ship. Yeah.
But I think he's going to get a second chance in Jacksonville. It seems like I don't know. I don't think they'll fire him over this.
I guess it really...
But I don't know. It is the NFL, though, still.
Yeah, it depends if he's lost the locker room, like a lot of people are saying, right? If he's lost the room, it's over, right? So...
Yeah.
You pretty much got to take a bullet for those guys to get back in their good books. And I don't think that's going to happen. So
no, I think they'll... I don't know. We'll see.
We will see. Yes, we will. Next up, Calvin Ridley, number 1 receiver for the Falcons, out for personal reasons. Will not make the trip even to London. Won't even be there with the boys. So... he's out, which I would say might change the outlook of that game a little bit.
Maybe he's quitting.
Maybe he's saying.
I told you, if I had to fly to England this week, I'd quit football too.
I ain't doing it.
Yeah, I'm not flying to England.
Not happening.
This is bull.
I'm out. I ain't going to London. I don't know what the personal reason is. Maybe his personal reason is he don't want to go. I don't know, but. Could make it a little bit closer of a game. Falcons are 3-point favorites right now.
Are they going to be favorites still, do you think?
I don't know.
This gives the New York Jets a much better chance to win this game.
That being said, I really like Kyle Pitts this weekend.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. The Jets might get her done.
I wouldn't rule it out.
The Jets will be 2-3.
They would be 2-3.
Go figure.
I don't know.
Could you imagine if the Jets make the playoffs this year?
That's not going to happen.
I'm getting too antsy over this one win.
Yeah. And granted, it was against a decent team. So I understand where the excitement comes from. But the Jets will not make the playoffs.
I need to cool my Jets on the Jets.
Yeah. Just bring her in for a little landing there, Reed. You're flying a little high. So.
Yeah, probably.
Calvin Ridley out. So take that into account for obviously fantasy purposes and gambling purposes if you're doing a little gambling this weekend. And Jimmy G ruled out for the 49ers. Trey Lance will make his first start this weekend against the Cards. Tough first outing.
Yep.
What do you think of that? Do you think Lance is the guy? Do you think he's the answer?
Jimmy G's hurt again, hey?
Mm-hmm.
How many more chances are they going to give Jimmy G?
I don't know. He's on a big contract, though, so you don't want to just cut him, right?
If Lance plays well, they're going to keep him in there.
Oh, yeah.
So this is his time to... Trey Lance, this is your time to shine, man.
Yeah, it is.
This is like a Tom Brady scenario where Drew Bledsoe gets hurt and there's no looking back. And it might be that... Might be that scenario.
It could happen. I personally don't think it will. I think he's going to have a tough day.
I don't expect him to win the first game, but if he goes out and beats Arizona, he'll be...
There'll be
How do you take him out?
There'll be some heads turning. Yeah. If they... are they in Arizona?
I can't remember who's home. I believe Arizona's home.
Yeah. Can you imagine if they go on the road and beat the only undefeated team left in the NFL? My head might explode. They do go to Arizona. Yes. So, we'll see. Time will tell. Time will tell, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I do know.
This is the... Jimmy G has already been hurt twice this year, right?
No.
Jimmy G started every game, right?
Yeah, he has started every game.
And Lance has just come in sporadically.
Yeah, the odd play when, they're going to run the ball with the quarterback or whatever, but...
Niners are 2-2.
Yeah, I can't see him going 3-2, but I can see Arizona going 5-0.
This isn't the typical rookie quarterback deal, though. They're going to be keeping Trey Lance around for a little while, regardless of what happens.
Oh, yeah. It's not like they picked him up in the 5th round or something like that.
So it's not like Tom Brady's... When Tom Brady came in, like, he had no expectations. He was a relatively unknown guy, right?
That's true. Drafted him 6th round. He was he was a nobody.
Yeah, and he just grabbed the spot and ran with it.
Yep, even when Drew was healthy.
Kind of a similar situation, but not the same, because Trey Lance is going to he's going to get his fair share of chances. Where a guy like Tom Brady probably wouldn't have.
If he blew it, that was it, and probably the end of his career. So Tom made the most of it. Yeah. He's doing pretty well, but
indeed.
Let's flip over to the Thursday nighter. There was lots going on in this game, lots and lots. Rams Seahawks. Rams take it 26-17. You said you liked the Rams on Wednesday's show. I liked the Hawks, and they lost.
Seattle was looking good at the start.
They were. Yeah. They were in control of that game.
Looked like the Seahawks of old, and then, I don't know, man. The wheels fell off.
I'd say the turning point of that game was a missed field goal right before the half.
Possibly.
It was like a 37-yard field goal, and Buddy shanked it. Jason Meyer shanked it. That was kind of the beginning of the end. Again,
Russell Wilson injury not helping matters either.
No.
Although Geno Smith did step in, and he did not bad.
Looked phenomenal.
But regardless.
So Russell, before he left, was 11-16 for $152, touchdown and a pick. Geno come in, led them 98 yards on that scoring drive. And he was 10-17 for $131, a touchdown and a pick. Yeah. Geno looked like he'd been playing all year. He settled right in, and he looked really good. And they are going to need that for at least the next 4 to 8 weeks. Russell Wilson, that finger injury, I don't know if you were watching the game. I know you were, but I don't know if everyone out there was. Russell Wilson on his throwing hand, he couldn't straighten out his middle finger. No matter what he tried to do, it was kind of in a hook shape. And lo and behold, he supposedly burst the tendon or tore the tendon in his middle finger, which most likely is going to require surgery to fix. He came in for a few plays, but wasn't feeling it. And Geno Smith come in and got it done. DK Metcalf had a nice game, 598, 2 touchdowns. On the Rams side, Stafford was okay, 25-37, 365 yards, touchdown and a pick. Robert Woods, 12 receptions, 150 yards. Had a nice day. No touchdowns, though, unfortunately. Rams ran the ball actually quite well. Henderson, 1782 for a touchdown. But
Michelle got a touchdown in there too, I believe.
He did, yeah. He had a few. He looked good.
He had a couple good runs. I think he was still only 30 or 40 yards on the ground.
Yeah, 40-some yards.
But the carries he did get, looked like the same guy as he was in New England.
Yeah, he ran the ball quite well. I mean, the Seahawks defense isn't exactly stout this year, but they look good. And speaking of the Seahawks defense, let's talk about Jamal Adams. I don't know if you did watch the game. Did you see what happens when they try and drop this guy into pass coverage? He is so slow, and like Deshaun Jackson just roasted him all night.
Yeah.
They sold the farm for Jamal Adams, and this dude cannot play pass coverage. He can blitz.
Higbee ran around him too. He pulled a TD on him. On an out, I think, in the end zone.
Yeah, it's a very simple
20-some yard pass.
Yeah, touchdown. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Can't let tight ends beat you like that.
Man, I don't know.
But I don't know. The Rams they got Woods out there, they got Kupp out there, they got Jackson out there, so they got some legs to cover. So
they do. But
when you got I don't know.
It's not like this is the first team to expose Jamal Adams for being a shitty pass coverage DB, though.
Yeah.
He's The guy should be playing linebacker or something. I don't know why
I wasn't really looking at. Well, yeah, I wasn't really looking at him. I was looking at the Seattle D line. Just didn't get much.
No push.
No push out for Stafford. I don't even know if they sacked him.
I'm not sure either. Maybe once. Maybe.
Stafford put up 395, I think.
365. Yep.
I don't know. Can't let him. Well, I don't know. If this isn't Dak Prescott. Every time Prescott throws for 400, he loses. But every time Stafford does, I'm not going to stop him. So I don't know. What do the Seahawks do on defense?
I don't know. I mean, if I were that, they probably would have got chastised in the media if they would have went after Gilmore, just because they do have Jamal Adams already, right? But I don't know. Like,
I'm not ready to give up on Seahawks yet. For this one, I'll say they were in tough against a good Rams team.
They ran into a good team.
They ran into a good team, and 26 points, I don't know. That's not too bad, is it?
No, I'd say that's probably your average kind of points given up in an NFL game, right?
If you're going to tell them before the game starts, you're going to give up 26 points tonight.
We can work with that. You should be able to.
Probably take it.
Yeah. Yeah, especially...
And hopefully Russell can give you 28 or 30.
Especially with that offense of the Rams, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. Jamal Adams had a rough night. I can't believe what they give up for him, and I think they might have a little buyer's remorse on that, but they would never let you know that. Jalen Ramsey, that's for sure. So, another interesting play in this game. We had a double punt, if you want to call it that.
Yep.
Who was their punter? Dixon went back, got his punt blocked. It's spinning around. He runs, grabs it, picks it up, and kicks it again. Yeah. Which I thought was a fully legal play. Flags come out, and Mike Pereira jumps on the game, and he's like, "Yeah, that's a 10-yard penalty. The Rams will get to choose it from the dead ball spot, or they'll make them re-kick from 10 yards further back." And the second punt was like a 70-yard punt, so obviously they're going to push him back. All of a sudden, the refs come on, and no, pick up the flag, no penalty. So I think it is a penalty, but it just changed this year. So I don't know if the refs got confused on that or what. But neither coach seemed too upset about it. But kind of an interesting play. You don't see that stuff very often. So
I don't think I've ever seen it before.
No, I don't think, not in an NFL game.
So they might have changed the rule, or maybe they just created it. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know, but
either way, it was fun. I was watching. I was like, "What's going on?"
Yeah, he just bombed that second punt too. It's just a rocket. But yeah, so Rams 4-1 drops the Seahawks at 2-3.
I think it might. Do you think Seattle should retire those lime green uniforms? That's a lot to look at.
It's pretty bright. Yeah, hard on the eyes after a while.
They have had them for a while though.
Yeah.
That was from the Color Rush days.
Yeah, I think so.
And it stuck around for a while.
Yeah, they're interesting.
So what do they got? They got their navy blues, the grays, the whites, and these guys. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they gotta friggin' throw those in the dryer and leave them in there.
Yeah, trade them for a D lineman or something. But yeah, it's Seattle 2-3 and tough to win that division, and I don't think we can stress the importance of Russell Wilson to that team. But if Geno plays like he did, they'll have a shot. So I've seen Geno Smith before, and I don't think they're going to get that consistently out of him.
I didn't even realize Geno was there.
I didn't really either. I mean, Russell Wilson's backup never plays.
Yeah.
The next game for the Hawks will be the first start Russell Wilson's ever missed. He's never missed a start since he's come to the league.
That's been, 7 or 8 years?
Yeah.
It's an impressive fact.
That's insane.
I actually like this stat.
That's a good stat.
I'm not much of a stats man, but this is quite the stat.
I couldn't believe it when I read it. I was like, wow. Yeah, he has never missed a start. Obviously, that's going to come to an end. So...
That's wild.
I don't even know if he can play through that. honestly. Like, can they tape that up and do surgery in the off season? I don't know.
Depends if you can. Have they already ruled him out for 4 weeks?
Well, 4 at a minimum. Yeah, and they said it could be 6 to 8 if and when he gets surgery. So
that's a killer.
Yeah, that's tough. But it is what it is. It is what it is. So let's move on to our Sunday games, Reed. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about the ones we didn't touch on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Bucks Dolphins. 3-1 Bucks, 1-3 Dolphins. I don't think there's a lot to analyze here. Bucks are 10-point favorites. Obviously, I like the Bucks. They go down to, well, they're already in Miami, but they will go to Dolphin Stadium. I don't think there's really much of a question here that the Bucks are going to win, and I'd like them to cover too if I was betting a spread. So
every time Tom Brady goes to Miami, I think of the Miracle in Miami play.
Yes,
remember that?
I do.
When Rob Gronkowski was playing safety.
Yeah.
And Kenyon Drake went in for the. That was on a kick return, was it not? Or a punt return?
Either that or was it
and they lateraled
a 4th down play or something?
It might have been that, and it was a 4th down play. Yeah, and they lateraled it probably 7 or 8 times.
And Big Gronk took the wrong angle.
And Kenyon Drake,
down he went.
Kenyon Drake ended up with the ball at the 30 and ran past Gronk for the touchdown.
That was only,
awesome.
Geez, what, 3 years ago?
I don't know.
3-4 years ago now? Yes, I do remember the Miracle in Miami.
So every time Tom Brady goes to Miami, I never feel good about it, but you're right. It's how... And Miami is not much of a team this year.
No. I mean, you know what you're going to get out of Brissett. Yeah. And no word on when Tua is going to be back. I mean, you hear guys cracking ribs and stuff all the time, and they put on a flak jacket and strap it up tight, and away they go. But maybe this is a little more serious than what they're leading on. I haven't heard when he's coming back, but if you are betting that game, obviously I'd take the Bucks. And I would probably take them to cover. So, Eagles Panthers. Panthers 3-1. Eagles 1-3. Eagles go into Carolina, where Carolina is a 3-point favorite. Stephon Gilmore going to make his Panthers debut. Stephon. I think that's going to be nothing but good things for the Panthers defense. And I think Jalen Hurts is going to have a bad day.
Is McCaffrey back? Is he playing?
He will not be back.
He will not be back. Game.
He's optimistic, but they've come out and said there's little to no chance he'll be playing on Sunday.
Regardless, the Eagles do not look good at the moment. So this game is pretty much a toss-up for me. I can't really pick a winner. I don't know. Carolina wants to continue their winning ways. I would imagine 3-1. They'd rather be 4-1 than 3-2.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with, I don't know, McCaffrey. It's tough for me to pick the Panthers to win when they don't have Christian McCaffrey there.
Yeah, you kind of called that last weekend with the Cowboys.
Yeah, it's just
Cowboys throttled them.
I would still pick the Panthers to win too, just because the Eagles are in shambles.
Yeah,
but they do need McCaffrey back sooner than later because they need to take a hold of the season from the start.
Yeah, they need their division. They need to win that division.
Or finish second at the very least.
Yeah. Because so Tampa's in that division.
Tampa,
Atlanta.
Them and New Orleans are going to be battling for the number 2 spot.
The Saints and Atlanta. Yeah. So that used to be a wicked division.
Carolina and New Orleans haven't played each other yet this year, I don't think.
No, they have not. That'll be a good game.
Those divisional games will make the difference, I think, between who finishes second and who finishes third. I would think because
Saints are 2-2 right now, so the Panthers do hold that 1-game lead.
And the game is in Carolina, right?
It is. Yeah, they do go to Carolina, so
that helps also.
Yeah, they're at home. So Titans Jacksonville. Titans 2-2. Jacksonville 0-4. Titans go to Jacksonville. They are 4.5-point favorites. Julio Jones has been ruled out for Tennessee. They say A.J. Brown should be back, which will be, I'm sure, a welcome sight to Ryan Tannehill. I think the Titans are going to stomp them. this weekend. They're coming off a very embarrassing loss to the Jets.
Well,
and Julio or not, I don't think Jacksonville stands a chance.
Tennessee didn't have Julio on their team last year, and they did not bad.
Yeah. Made it to the FC Championship.
A.J. Brown coming back is good, though, because I think, would you say A.J. Brown is a top 5 receiver in the NFL? Top 10 at least.
Yeah, I comfortably slot him into my top 10. Yeah.
We'll say top 10. So,
yeah.
Anytime you get a top 10 receiver back, I would say it's good news.
We'll see. I mean, he was out with a hammy, so typically 1 or 2 weeks isn't enough for a hamstring. So we'll see how many snaps he plays. Are they going to run him just kind of as a decoy out there? You know, I don't know, but I'm sure Tannehill's happy to have him back, and Tennessee needs all the help they can get, because if you lose to the Jets, that's either a freakish one-off or you're not a very good team. So,
do you think Trevor Lawrence is going to get the whole year to start?
I think as long as he stays healthy, yeah, I do.
Who is the backup quarterback in Jacksonville? I don't even remember.
Gardner?
No, they traded Minshew Mania to
Where's
the Eagles.
Oh, okay.
He's with the Eagles now. He's not even dressing for the Eagles. I don't even know who their other quarterback is in Jacksonville.
I don't either.
If Trevor gets off to it, what's going to happen if the Jaguars start 0-8? They'll just roll with Trevor?
Yeah, I mean, Stafford went. No, he didn't go 0-16. Orlovsky went 0-16. Stafford came there the next year, right? And they won like 3 games then or something. But that was Calvin Johnson's first year that they went 0-16.
If they start 0-8, they might just throw the other guy in just so he doesn't hurt himself.
Maybe. Yep. I mean, I think you let him buck and figure it out, and
I imagine that's what they're going to do.
But I mean, you can't always play under the premise of, I don't want to get him hurt. I mean, if it's 45-0 and you're up, yeah, pull your starter, right? But yeah,
Jacksonville needs a stud receiver.
Yeah, Chark I thought was going to be that guy, but that didn't pan out.
When they went to the playoffs with Bortles, was Allen Robinson there that year?
Yeah.
They had somebody else too. I forget. They had some guys on that team that year.
Yeah. I forgot Allen Robinson came from Jacksonville. That's right.
That was the best Allen Robinson.
Yes. Yeah, he played
by
well.
far.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I kept Chark. He was one of my keepers in fantasy like 2 years ago, and he was a stud like 2 or 3 years ago. But Laviska Shenault is good, but yeah, he's not a tier 1 receiver. So
no.
They have a hard
Marvin
time.
Jones just went there. They have Marvin Jones. He's not bad.
Yeah, he's not a stud though. He's okay, but he's not a stud.
How do you wrestle up a good receiver? They're gonna have to wait till the draft next year.
Yeah, when they're drafting first again.
Or they go out and I don't know who's.
They don't really have any pieces to move. That's the problem. Like their team's
They don't want to trade their draft picks.
No, they need them.
So what do? Yeah.
If anyone needs draft picks, it's Jacksonville.
Very true.
So I like the Titans to win and cover. I think they're going to go stomp.
They're probably at the 10-point mark too. So
4.5.
Only 4.5.
Yeah.
For sure. Cover.
Yeah. I'd take that all day. Browns Chargers. This was your upset, right?
It was.
Yeah, you took the Browns. Chargers 2.5 point favorites right now. Both teams 3-1. This is going to be a dandy, I think. This
will be a one to watch.
Yeah, this will be possibly the best game aside from Bills Chiefs. That 2.5 spread. Spreads aside, I don't know who to take in this game. We talked about this last show with the Chargers and with the Browns, and regardless of who they're playing, I say they always have a chance. They're a good team.
How do you bet against Cleveland right now?
I don't know.
Chargers looking very stellar though.
They're clicking. Yeah, they are clicking right now. But I don't know if I put money on it. No, I guess let's put it that way. No. So, yeah, Chargers take that game.
I would say
they'll hold first place in that AFC West.
I would say this is Baker Mayfield's time to shine right now. Like he's shined already.
This is a game he needs.
This is like a prime time showdown type of game for him.
For sure. And I mean, Justin Herbert coming off that win against the Chiefs, and then they beat the Raiders. This is a game he needs to further elevate his status, right? So, a game this tight means that they're both 3-1, means a lot to both teams. First place in their respective divisions on the line. Browns win, they'll be first place in the AFC North, right? So, yeah, I'm definitely watching this game. If I don't get it on my normal channels, I'm going to find somewhere to stream it. And
that division's going to be interesting this year.
The North or the West?
The North. You got Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Baltimore, Cleveland.
Yeah, we could have 3 teams at 3-1, or 4-1 by the end of the weekend.
Yeah,
because none of them play each other this weekend. So
these divisional games are going to be very key this year.
Oh, they're always huge.
They're always huge, but normally these teams they would have played each other already. Yeah, well, I don't know. It's sprinkled in. They only play each other twice all year, right?
Steelers played the Bengals. Yeah, home and home, right?
It's always home and home.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's going to be a dandy. If you do get a chance, tune in. That should be a good one. Bears Raiders. This is your lock of the week. Yep. The Las Vegas Raiders currently 3-1. Bears are 2-2. Raiders 5.5 point favorites in this game. I don't think they'll have any trouble covering that. And David Montgomery out for 4 to 5 weeks. Damian Williams will be absorbing the running back duties in Chicago. So, obviously you like the Raiders in this one as you took them as your lock. So, not much to really talk about there. I like the Raiders too in this one, and I think they'll cover. 49ers Cards, already kind of touched on it. Cards 4.5 point favorites. 49ers marching in there trying to knock the Cards off. Trey Lance will start, which I would say is probably a downfall at this point for the Niners. I don't know enough about the guy, I guess, to say he's going to make the world a difference that they need to beat the Cards.
I don't know if anybody would beat the Cardinals this week, honestly.
Well, I think if they were
Cardinals are looking like a top 3 team in the league. So
they're the only undefeated team left.
Yeah,
so
Trey's got his work cut out.
I think if Buffalo or someone was going in there, I'd have a little closer look at it.
Yeah.
Buffalo's looked fantastic, but which leads us to the Bills Chiefs, which is our Sunday nighter, and deservedly so. This should be our Sunday nighter. Chiefs 2-2, Bills 3-1. Chiefs 2.5 point favorites in this one. Probably because they're at home would be my guess. But if I had to take, I would take the Bills in this one. Honestly, I don't think the Chiefs will beat them by more than 2.5. If they beat them at all, I don't think they're going to beat them at all. I think the Bills are going to go in there and win.
How can you put any kind of happy money on this game? I don't know how.
You'll be on the edge of your seat, I think, all night.
I can't give you a prediction to this game because I wouldn't be surprised if either team wins, really.
I mean, Josh Allen's looked fantastic, of course, but Mahomes is coming off a 5-touchdown performance of his own. So, granted, that was against the Eagles, but still, the Bills just played the Texans and blew them out 40-0. Yeah. So, are you sleepy, little fella?
It's Friday. I'm tired.
Yeah, long week.
Long week.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't know. I'd ride with the Bills this week too.
I like them. I'm a big
Bills
guy.
Kansas City hasn't been steady this year. They've been up and down and sideways.
That's true.
Bills have been pretty steady for the most part.
Yeah, they fumbled out of the gate, and they've just been crushing teams ever since. So, Pittsburgh went up there and beat them in week 1, if I remember correctly, which, looking back on it now, is a hell of a shock. Because Pittsburgh's in all kinds of trouble. Colts Ravens. Colts 1-3, Ravens 3-1. Ravens currently 7 point favorites in this game, and the Ravens are at home. I don't think this one will ever be in doubt. Ravens are going to win this game.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you. Only reason why I think the Colts might have a chance is because I think Lamar's nursing a bit of a
back injury.
Bit of an injury. I don't know exactly what it is.
I think it was his back.
He's been popping up on the injured report, up and off and on. for the last couple weeks.
Not questionable, yeah.
So, I don't know if Carson's feeling good. The only thing I'd bet is maybe the Colts with the points.
Oh, I like the Ravens to cover even at 7. The Colts.
The Ravens don't even have a running back, and it doesn't even matter.
Well, they got that. What's his name?
Their running back is
Hassan Williams or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's okay, I guess.
Lamar Jackson is a running back, though, really.
He's their whole offense.
Yeah.
Aside from Hollywood Brown, he is their offense. So, I have no reason to believe why the Colts will even
have a sniff.
Yeah, no, it's not going to happen. Ravens will take this one.
You don't like the Colts, do you? You're not a Colts guy.
Well, they're just not very good.
Yeah.
You know, I don't hate them, but they're just not a very good team.
Yeah.
And I think they're silly to run out and sign Carson Wentz. I'm not a Carson Wentz guy.
That's yeah.
But
that's true.
I mean, they had to do something, so they ran out and grabbed a guy that has at least taken a few snaps in the NFL. So I guess I can't really blame them for that. But and they kind of did Peyton Manning dirty at the end of his career. You know, I don't really respect that at all. So that's where I'm at with the Colts organization.
Yeah, Peyton Manning was a pretty loved man.
Yeah, he brought them.
He should run for president, that guy. People would vote for him.
Yeah, I'd say especially in that southeast part of the states. Yeah,
he's got to wait another 4 years though.
3 years.
I think they're taking him and Eli off of TV for a little while too.
I never watched them. Were they any good?
I never really watched him either. I'm not a big Monday Night Football guy.
If there's football on, I'll watch it. But when they come on, I never really paid attention, I guess. So I can't say too much about it. But yeah, I think they're taking them off TV for a little while. I think they're coming back week 8 or 9. Oh, okay.
I think they just did it to kick off the year. And
generate some hype. And Peyton Manning's pretty funny dude in his own right. Like when he's on Saturday Night Live and shit like that, he's hilarious.
Yeah,
I love him. I like Peyton. How do you hate Peyton?
What is he? They were talking about him going into broadcasting, but I don't think he's really signed with anybody yet.
I don't think he needs the money.
I don't even know if he's going to do it.
I don't know.
Drew Brees, however, he's going to be there for a long time, looks like.
Yeah, I'm not a big Drew Brees as an announcer guy.
Doesn't look right.
I don't like him.
But after you see him play football for 15 years, of course it doesn't look right.
Yeah, it doesn't look right. But I mean, some guys got it, and some guys. Tony Romo. I like Tony Romo as an announcer. I'm not a Drew Brees guy.
It's gotta grow on me a little bit before I make a final call.
Okay, I've made my decision, and I'm gonna stand pat with that decision, and I'm just not a fan. But regardless, Ravens I think will take that one fairly handily. Giants Cowboys. Giants 1-3, Cowboys 3-1. NFC East battle. Cowboys 7-point favorites. Anyway, they lose this game. The Cowboys. Giants are going to play them tough. They always do.
This game is in New York or Dallas?
It is in Dallas.
Yeah, the Giants have no shot.
No.
If it was in New York, I'd say maybe.
They might have a chance. Yeah.
The only reason I have a tough time betting against the Giants is because Saquon's there.
Yeah.
And he's good enough where he can, if he plays like he can play,
yeah,
they have a chance every single game to win.
They should. Yeah.
But unfortunately, that doesn't happen. So
no.
I don't know. Either the fact is he's not as good as I think he is, or he just doesn't. He has some kind of lingering injury, which might well be the case.
Yeah.
Where he can't produce up to his potential.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. I know the Giants' O-line isn't great, but that's why you take a running back that early in the draft, so maybe your O-line doesn't have to be that great, right? This guy can make plays. You get the ball in his hands, he'll make plays, right? Kind of like Zeke did the first year or two he was in Dallas. Yeah. I mean, he was a fantasy god, Everybody wanted Zeke on their fantasy team, and I mean, the past couple games he's been good, but he had a 2-year hiatus after he signed his big contract there, and he didn't do anything, right? So,
yeah, this is a big year for Saquon. I think he's got a lot to prove. I think maybe he got the COVID exemption last year. No, he was hurt last year. He tore his ACL.
Yeah, he missed the whole season. Yeah.
So maybe, I don't know, is it... What is he? He's 24 years old, I believe. I looked it up last week. He's 24. Saquon's 24.
He was drafted in 18, right?
They'll give him another 1 or 2 years, and if he doesn't play, they'll draft somebody else.
Oh, yeah. If you're not going to win a lot of games when your stud running backs rushing the ball for 50 yards a game, and 3 yards a carry. Anyone can average 3 yards a carry in the NFL. You need your stud running back has to be 5.5, 6 yards a carry, right? And that's what separates the good from the great guys. So, and I mean, I think he should be great.
But really, though, how many great running backs do we have in the league right now?
Not a lot.
There aren't many.
Everybody runs with like a 2 or 3 man backfield now, which makes it tough too, right? I mean, you got Kamara, you got CMC when he's healthy, if he can ever stay healthy.
Derrick Henry.
Henry is
those
the best.
3 guys. Yeah. I don't know. Are there many others other than those 3 guys?
Delvin Cook might be close to those guys, right?
I would say Zeke, but Zeke hasn't been Zeke.
He's so up and down. I mean, it's been 2 weeks that he's been good in the last 3 years. So, yeah, I don't want to jump on that train too fast.
No, there aren't many. So, it is what it is.
Yeah, I agree. Well, Reed, let's move over to everybody's favorite section of our Friday show. Fantasy, booms, and busts. You ready?
I didn't write any of my players down. I hope
Of course you didn't. I did.
Okay. I'm rolling with your guys this week.
You can argue with me if you like them or not. So fantasy booms and busts, for those of you that aren't familiar with it, we will take, a couple guys to boom, couple guys to bust from each position. And you can like it or you can not like it. We'll debate it. Sometimes we'll agree, sometimes we won't. Sometimes we'll drop a guy out of there and add a guy in. See how it goes, right?
Okay.
So, QBs this week. First off, to boom, I have Kirk Cousins playing the Lions. You like that one?
Yep. Boom. I'll go boom too.
Sam Darnold against the Eagles.
Bust.
Wow. Okay. Guy leads the league in rushing touchdowns, but
yeah, I'm not loving.
Yeah, you're not loving Carolina. You think
I was loving them, and I don't love them anymore.
After they got thumped by the Cowboys.
Well, after McCaffrey's out, that's why.
Yeah, you do like CMC.
He is looking good, though.
Darnold. Yeah, he's been real good from, they're 3-1. And
fantasy quarterbacks, who else do you really have to put in his place? You got to start him. He would be a top 12 guy.
Yeah. Yeah, at this point he would be. Yeah.
I changed my mind. I'll bust him. Or
you did bust him.
I'll boom him.
Okay.
Is there something between boom and bust?
No.
Next guy.
There is no middle ground here. Either they're going to go off or they're going to shit the bed. Those are your choices. So
that's a tough one. I'm just going to go no comment.
Okay, I'm going to boom him, obviously. Matt Ryan at the Jets in London. I like him this week, even with no Calvin Ridley.
Okay.
Thoughts?
I'll boom him too, just because they play the Jets.
Yeah, fair enough. Bust. Jared Goff.
Stay away.
Versus the Vikings.
Bust.
Yeah. Trevor Lawrence against Titans. Gonna bust him.
Gotta bust him.
It's gonna be shitty.
Yep.
Fields versus the Raiders.
Bust.
Yeah. Slam dunks. Boom, boom, boom. Running backs. Let's move over to running backs. Booms. Damian Harris versus the Texans. Pat's running back. Thoughts?
Yeah. I'm going to bust him.
Bust him. Any particular reason?
He's on my fantasy team, but I don't know. He just...
You're not going to start him against the Texans?
No, I have 2 other guys.
This is purely matchup based, this decision. I'm not a huge Harris guy.
I think they'll let Mac Jones loose this week. He's gonna throw the ball 40 times.
You think so? Yeah. I don't think he'll have to. Is the only problem. I think they're gonna jump out to like an early lead, and we kind of talked about it Wednesday.
True.
I was like, they'll stick around a 14-0 game, right? Yeah. And try and get the run going finally. So that's kind of my thoughts, but I could be wrong.
They're rotating running backs in New England right now, though. I think.
Well, him and Brandon Bolden. Brandon Bolden's kind of slid into that James White third down back, pass catching back role.
They got another young guy in there too. I forget his name.
I don't remember either. They just don't run the ball ever, so you never hear about the running backs.
Yeah, taking Patriot running backs is a risky game.
It is. It always is every year.
Yeah.
But I like Harris this week. But if you don't, that's okay too. Chuba Hubbard.
I don't know.
Against Philly. I'm booming him.
Start?
Oh yeah.
He's gonna be the guy.
Oh yeah.
He might play well, but I'm gonna bust him anyway because I haven't seen anything.
Okay. I'm booming him. I like him. Eagles defense is struggling right now. And James Robinson versus Tennessee.
Boom.
Boom. Kaboom.
Kaboom, yeah.
Yeah. He's gonna go off. He's on my fantasy team. That's why I picked him. You agree?
I agree.
All right. I'm feeling good about starting him then, too. Busts. I'm busting Zeke against the Giants this week.
That's bold.
It's going to happen. Giants play him tough, man. I don't think that game's going to be the blowout that everybody thinks it's going to be.
Okay.
What do you think of that? You would boom him. You would start him regardless, probably.
I think Zeke, I don't know.
He's almost becoming the guy that you have to start.
I'm going to boom Zeke again.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Chase Edmonds against the 49ers. Cardinals running back. I don't think they're going to have to run the ball all that much. The way they're throwing the ball, I don't like Kyler Murray, but I think he's going to easily beat the 49ers. So
I'd throw him in your lineup this week. I'll boom him. You're busting him?
Yeah. Out of the two backs, Edmonds had the better game last week, but I like Connor better as a running back. So
that's basically, it doesn't get much more of a two-man system than in Arizona.
That's about it, yeah. So
yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
But people don't like this section because we tell them to start Alvin Kamara. That's obvious. That's a given, right?
Yeah.
So, and sometimes you just got to go out on a limb, Reed.
I think I don't know. No comment on Chase Edmonds.
That's two no comments already.
I know. You are giving me tough ones. You're making me think too hard today.
Okay, next one. Clyde Edwards-Helaire versus Buffalo. I think this is going to be a battle through the air. There won't be no room for Clyde on the stat sheet. I think this game's going to be like 42-38. Clyde won't have a touchdown. He won't even have 50 yards on the ground. I'm busting him.
I don't know. I'd play him just because he's on the Chiefs.
That's the only reason you
That's
start him?
the only reason why I'd start him.
You think he's going to go
I'm
off,
going to
though?
boom. Yeah, I'm going to boom him.
Wow. Against the Bills D.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You're sure? Okay.
I am positive.
All right. Wide receivers. Boom. I'm booming A.J. Brown. He's going to be busy his first week back. No Julio. They're playing a garbage Jags team. I'm going to boom him.
No.
Cordero Patterson against the Jets.
He gets to fly to England.
Yep. And no Ridley. So I like him.
I'm going to bust him just for the simple fact he's got to go travel to England.
What does that have to do with anything?
I'm going to take it. Well, if I'm going by that statement, I might as well sit Kyle Pitts this week.
That's true. That's true.
So maybe that reasoning isn't very valid.
That's horrible reasoning.
Is it, though?
Terrible.
Maybe I'll sit Kyle Pitts this week.
Because they're in London, you're going to bust them.
I'm going to put Zach Ertz in instead.
You do what you got to do, man. That's your fantasy team. So you don't like Cordero this week?
Cordero's earned a spot in every fantasy lineup.
With one freak 3-touchdown performance.
He's been pretty good this whole year. He's been
okay.
I think he's had 12 points twice before that.
And then 30-some last week. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't really looked at him. Honestly, he's not on my team, so I don't really care about him. I think
he's a running back / receiver.
Yeah. He's a gadget guy. I think he's
bust
going
him.
to go off.
Bust.
Yeah, okay.
I'm
You're going to stick with bust.
Yep.
Okay. And Henry Ruggs III, Las Vegas Raider, against the Bears. I like him this week.
Has he wiggled himself into the number 2 spot there?
Oh, yeah.
The number 2 receiver?
Yeah. Well, geez, I would argue he's the number 1 receiver, aside from Waller, right?
Yeah.
And then Hunter Renfrow runs in the slot, and Brian Edwards runs on the other side, right? So...
yeah, Raiders receivers are tough to trust.
They are, but I like this guy.
Oh, yeah.
I like Ruggs.
Josh Jacobs is back, I believe.
Well, he played last week.
Yeah. Throw him in there. I'll boom Ruggs.
You'll agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Bust. Ready for this one?
Mm-hmm.
Tyreek Hill. Busting him.
Okay.
He's drawn to Tre'Davious White. I would argue Tre'Davious White's the best cover corner in the league right now.
I'm going to have to start watching games more closely. I don't really watch cornerbacks and safeties as much as you do. I don't think.
You should.
Yeah.
I'm busting Tyreek Hill.
I'm more of a linebacker watcher. I watch the linebackers.
Okay. I'm probably going to get shredded by a bunch of people after that. I mean, you're going to start him. It would take a big set of brass to put him on your bench when he's healthy.
They're playing the Bills, though. You're right.
So I don't know. I'm sitting him this week.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can have your own opinion on whatever you want.
You'd boom him, of course. I mean, dude is...
I see your point in busting. I don't know. I just can't seem to bust him.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it would take a big set of balls to put him on your bench and hopefully it pans out. But that's the life of a fantasy GM. Sometimes you got to take the path no one else would take, Reed. Sometimes you got to blaze your own trail.
True.
Tyler Boyd against the Packers, busting them this week. Jamar Chase is the Bengals receiver to start.
Of choice.
Yeah. Tyler Boyd will do nothing this week.
Okay.
What do you think of that?
Yeah, this Packer defense. Are they about time for a shutdown game? It might be time. I think the Packers will.
I don't think they have the defense to have a shutdown game. Because who are they missing? Zadarius Smith? Is that who's out for them? He's out for a while yet.
I can't remember. Jalen Smith making his debut this week, I believe.
He is, yes.
Which, I don't know. It's not going to make a difference.
No, I don't think it's going to take the Green Bay defense from here to here.
I'm going to boom Boyd. I'd put him in.
Okay. All right. And my last bust, Quintus Cephas, Detroit Lions.
I'm busting everybody on Detroit.
That's the smart play. But
except the running back.
He's kind of emerged as like the guy there so far this year, but
he is my biggest bust of the day.
Quintus Cephas.
Yeah,
okay. Let's move over to tight ends. Boom, Kyle Pitts. I like him this week.
Yep.
Schultz. Dallas playing the Giants.
Yeah.
I like him this week, and I like Mark Andrews against Colts.
I'm going to boom all three of those with you.
Boom. Done. 3 for 3. Bust. I'm busting Dawson Knox this week.
Okay.
Playing the Chiefs.
Yeah. I'll agree.
I'm busting Kittle. Come out today that he might not even be playing. He's doubtful.
Rookie quarterback, tough game.
I'm still leaving him in my bust column.
Yeah.
And
he's a guy you could probably make a case to sit, even if he's healthy.
With Trey Lance back there,
yeah.
Unless you never know, right? He might be a safety valve that, he just goes to him all the time, right? So we need to see some action between the two, and then you can make that decision. Robert Tonyan, Green Bay, been super disappointing this year. He got drafted relatively soon. I'd say like middle of the draft in most leagues, and he hasn't done a goddamn thing. Playing the Bengals, I don't like him.
Aaron Rodgers receivers are tough to trust.
Other than
Devontae Adams and
So,
Jordy Nelson was a go-to man for lots of years.
Randall Cobb was for years.
Other than that, not many guys to.
So we agree on all our tight ends? You agree with Dawson Knox?
I agree with every single one of your tight ends.
Wow. Look at that.
Yep.
6 for 6.
We had to agree on something.
That's true. My defenses, boom. I'm going to boom the Bengals D against Green Bay.
Okay. I'm going to bust them.
Okay.
I'm not taking Cincinnati. If you have another player, go somewhere else.
Okay. I'm going to boom the Bucks at the Dolphins.
Yeah. Agree.
And I'm going to boom the Pats at the Texans.
Agree.
So if you had to start a different defense over top of the Bengals, who might it be?
If you got the Panthers defense, you put them in against the Eagles.
Okay. I don't hate that pick. Don't hate it at all.
Carolina defense, I think you can't go wrong with either Denver or Pittsburgh.
You'd boom both.
This is going to be a low-scoring game.
Probably, yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Let me take a quick stroll through your iPad.
A quick peruse through the games and see if there's anything there that tickles your fancy.
Browns Chargers also, I think, will be low-scoring.
Do you? I don't think so. I think it's going to be a shootout.
You think?
Yeah. I'd love to know.
I'm going to say Browns are winning like a 20-17 game.
Okay.
I'd go there. Titans, Jags, that could be high scoring.
You could take the Titans D maybe too if you wanted. I don't trust them enough yet.
Carolina, Pittsburgh, and Cleveland defense.
Okay. We differ on all three. That's okay. I'm busting Washington's defense this year against the Saints, or not this year, this game. Against the Saints, they've been super disappointing, in my opinion, to start out the season. I'm busting the Chargers defense against the Browns.
Okay.
And I'm busting the Bears defense against the Raiders.
Yep.
Agreed.
Yeah, I agree with your Bears play.
All agreed.
Yep.
That's it for football, Reed.
I figured we were done.
That's it. Fantasy booms and busts. That spells the end of the NFL segment of our show.
Let's get some MLB and some Wheatland in, and that might be our show.
It will be. I guarantee it. Maybe we can shoot the shit a little at the end.
Perhaps.
About anything we feel like. Because it's our show. We can do whatever we want with it.
MLB playoffs are in full swing.
That they are. Every series went today.
Mm-hmm.
But let's rewind, because during our last show, it was the Dodgers and the Cards. And in the bottom of the ninth, Chris Taylor smacks a 2-run walk-off dinger to advance the LA Dodgers over the Cards. And now the Dodgers get to play the Giants. And the Cardinals get to go home. And they won all those games for no reason.
Yeah. I was a little sad. I wanted the Cards to win.
Me too.
They hung in there for a long time.
They sure did. That was a hell of a good ball game. One swing of the bat. The number 9 batter, Chris Taylor, is batting 9 for the Dodgers. And he steps up, smacks a dinger. And that's it. Game over. So, congratulations, Dodgers. Dodgers San Fran, they should be started right now. But let's start with the AL, shall we?
Yeah. Boston
and Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's already up 1-0 in this series. They won game 1 yesterday, 5-0. But this one was turning into a little bit of a run fiesta, if you will. It was 11-6, 11-8 when we started.
Yeah.
Is that what it was, Reed?
I think it was 11-6. Yeah.
I don't even know. It was up there though.
Boston had 11 runs.
Oh, I know they had 11.
Wearing their road blues.
They ended up winning 14-6. Pumped the Rays. So that series now 1-1, going back to Boston. So
Red Sox really needed to win that game.
They sure did, especially in a best of 5.
Yeah.
So heading back to Fenway. I mean, you got to think Boston has as good a chance to win as Tampa does at this point.
Yeah.
Or what?
Well, Chris Sale pitched today.
Got dinged up a little bit.
Would they pitch him on short rest in Game 5?
I think you have to in a 5-game series. Yeah. I would.
They'll have a day off. It'll be 1, 2. Would you pitch him on 3 days rest?
Yes.
They probably have to.
Would they hooked him at what? How many innings did he get through?
I'm
4?
not sure.
He didn't go very deep. So, he didn't even pick up the loss.
Or he didn't even get the win.
Or, sorry, the win, yeah. Hitters, pitchers, Chris Sale went 1 inning.
Oh, he got rocked.
For 4 hits and 5 earned runs. Yeah. So, yeah, I'd pitch him on
I should have watched this game before I talked about it.
I don't know if after that, I don't know if I'd pitch him at all. But he'll rebound. He's an ace, right? So, yeah, not good. Going back to Fenway, I don't know. These series are so close. I mean, you still like Tampa to come out of this?
No. How can you bet against the Red Sox?
Well,
Rays they're a 100-win team this year.
They are.
Red Sox only 8 games back, so it's not like Tampa's probably favored, but really, let's get real. Who's going to be surprised if the Red Sox win?
Yeah, I wouldn't fall out of my chair if they won. No. You know, I'd be like, okay.
They just beat the Yankees for. I almost cursed, Chad.
That's okay.
They just beat the Yankees for crying out loud.
Our show's explicit. We have an explicit rating.
They do.
So you can say whatever you like.
I don't know. They just beat I still can't believe the Yankees lost that game.
You still hung up on that? Are you still hung up on Brady still leaving New England too?
No, I'm over that.
You're over that now? Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Because you brought it up, and I was like, oh, Reed's still hung up on this. I can't believe it. It's been like a year and a half, man.
Yeah, I
know. Still have nightmares about it.
Should we move over to the other AL series?
Yeah.
We got the Houston Astros and the Chicago White Sox.
Yes,
Houston pulling to an early 2-0 lead.
Won,
rather handily, I might add.
Won both games in easy fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Game 1, they won 6-1. Game 2, they won 9-4.
This Houston lineup is still pretty wicked.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're good.
Like, Springer's gone, but other than that, most guys are still there.
It's pretty much intact from almost when they won the World Series, right?
Yeah.
So, White Sox could be swept tomorrow. They're going back to Chicago.
Yeah.
I'd like to think they are going to get swept.
We need some South Side Chicago magic.
Yeah.
What's that field in Chicago called now?
Not Wrigley.
It's not Comiskey anymore.
Oh,
it's Guaranteed Rate Field, I think it is.
It's what?
Guaranteed Rate Field.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Wasn't it? It was something else before that.
Yeah, I remember when it was Comiskey.
Then it was U.S. Cellular Field.
What it was.
What
was Comiskey? Was that a company?
I don't know what the hell Comiskey was. It was Comiskey for a long time.
Forever. Yeah.
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 When they changed that name, that was like a big deal.
When do they have a new stadium, or are they rocking
a
pretty old stadium still?
It's the same stadium, but everybody keeps changing the name of the field. Seattle changed the name of their field too. It's not Safeco anymore.
Oh, what is it?
It's T-Mobile Park.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I just realized that this year too.
What was Safeco?
It was Safeco. I think it was a bank.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It was Safeco for a long time.
It was, yeah, like as long as I remember. Wow.
The
Kingdome? Yeah. Is that what it used to be called before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they built Safeco, and now it's T-Mobile.
T-Mobile Field. Comiskey.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. They're headed back to Comiskey tomorrow.
We'll call it Comiskey.
I'm going to stick with Comiskey. Pay homage to...
It's fun to say.
It is. Comiskey Field. I like it. I think they're going to get swept.
I'll give them a game.
Yeah, you think they'll pull out?
3-1, I think it'll be.
They'll win that game at home and then get they'll lose the second game at home, and that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's move over to the NL. Braves Brewers, they opened up today. Hell of a ball game. Brewers took this one 2-1. Take them out to that early 1-0 lead. We kind of expected this to be a tight series. We didn't dive too deep into it. But yeah, heck of a ball game. 2-1.
You're right. I think this is the toughest one to pick of all the series.
They're very close in
Could
terms
very
of
well
stats.
go the full 5 games.
Full 5.
That's what I'm gonna bet on.
Okay.
We're in Milwaukee as the home team, right? Home field advantage.
Yes, they are.
And they play again tomorrow, I would believe. But if game 1 is any indication, we're in for a very close.
We're in for a pitching
series
defensive battle.
Yeah.
All the way through. Which, I mean, I don't think really either of those teams are known for, dropping 10 runs on you, right? They'll just grind you out. And that's kind of what happened in this game. It was grind, and 2-1 finish, right? Nothing real flashy. Nothing super exciting out there. It was just, good fundamental baseball, Reed. That's what it was. Whoever makes the most mistakes is going to lose the series. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Dodgers Giants. This promises to probably be the best series out of all of them.
In terms of pure entertainment value?
Yes. 107 wins.
I would agree with you on that.
For the Giants, 106 for the Dodgers.
I think those are the 2 highest win totals of all 8 teams.
I know it is. I know for a fact it is.
Yeah.
Giants currently up 2-0. Oof. What do you think? You think the Giants are going to win this series?
I don't know. You got to think this one's going 5 games too.
Wow. I'd be blown away if they did, honestly.
You think the Dodgers will cruise?
Wow. That lineup is sick.
Yeah, it is. Giants have some guys too. Perhaps I think pitching is pretty much even. I'll give the advantage to the Dodger lineup for sure.
Yeah, with Kershaw in it though, and he's out right now.
Just the batting lineup, the Dodgers are favored.
Oh,
I would say pitching wise, I think it's fairly close. But Scherzer, Bauer's back. Right?
Okay, yeah.
I think if Kershaw comes back, you would think the Dodgers will.
Who's
cruise.
the other stud there? Buehler.
Walker Buehler.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
That's not a bad 4-man rotation.
Yeah,
wheel out.
That'll take you right to the finals.
Yeah,
right to the World Series. I don't know. The weird part is the Giants won 107 games. They won the NL West. I don't know a whole hell of a lot about them. That was probably the quietest 107 win season I've ever seen. Right.
I didn't even realize they were at 100 games won until they were at 100 games won.
Right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I also don't watch baseball as much as I should.
But still, I mean, you think you'd hear about it on TSN or something like that.
Yeah.
ESPN.
Very true.
Nothing. But here they are.
I think the winner of this series is a cakewalk to the World Series, I would think.
Wow. I can't.
Like, realistic. How can you think Atlanta or Milwaukee would give San Fran a series? Probably
not
would.
as good a series as the Dodgers will.
I would even go. Yeah, I don't know. I still like Houston coming out of the AL, and then I can't disagree with you on the Dodgers.
Yeah, I mean,
are we in store for another Dodgers-Houston World Series?
Wouldn't that be something?
But Houston just switched divisions, did they not? They were in the NL for a long time.
Oh, jeez.
Now they're in the AL.
When were they in the NL?
They were in the same division as.
I don't.
Houston was in
being in the NL.
They were in the NL for a while. I'm almost positive.
Well, did they move when Washington came back?
Who was he? Houston was an NL team.
Really?
For a long time.
The Astros.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. That must be a long time
And then they switched them over to the American League.
Okay.
This is probably 2 or 3 or 4 years ago now. Because they did a couple division realignments in the MLB, did they not?
I don't know, Reed. You could be right.
They were in division with Pittsburgh and St. Louis.
That's not even a division. That's a league swap.
That is,
Yeah, they did. That's crazy.
Because they were in the same division as Milwaukee and Pittsburgh and the Cubs, weren't they?
I don't know, man. I don't remember that. But you doing a lot of drugs lately?
No, Houston was when Jeff Bagwell and Biggio were there. They were in NL.
You should maybe look that up and verify it. I don't know if I
For
believe
sure.
you.
For sure. They look this up right now.
You look it up. I'm going to break us into the NBA while you're doing your homework on there.
Right.
NBA, let's shift over. Kyrie Irving, still unclear. The Nets are unclear as to whether or not Kyrie is going to fulfill his vaccination requirements to play the season out. And they haven't made it clear as to whether or not they're going to accommodate him being a part-time player, because as it stands right now, he's not eligible for home games. So, if Kyrie, the Nets are prepared to move forward without him, by the way. Steve Nash has come out and said, you know what? We're ready to move forward. We can't control what Kyrie's going to do. Kyrie's going to do what Kyrie's going to do. Okay, good enough. So if Kyrie misses every home game this year, he'll forfeit around $17 million, or $380,000 a game, Reed. So that's a big chunk of change.
Yeah.
Did you verify? Can't find it? I think you imagine this.
No, this is true, but I have to. You know what? We'll talk.
Bring it back on Monday.
We'll bring this back on Monday. Okay. This topic.
Okay. I don't ever remember this, but you could be right. You could be right.
The Astros won the NL Central in 2001.
Where do you see that?
This is Wikipedia talking, though.
Well,
so we'll.
I bet it's relatively right.
NL Central. The Astros.
94 to
2012.
Before being moved to the AL West as part of a minor realignment in 2013. Look at this guy.
Yep.
Well done, Reed.
Thank you.
Good job.
I didn't realize it was that long ago, though.
Jeez, I thought it would have been way longer ago because I don't remember this happening.
Yeah.
Well, shit. Look at you.
The Astros were in the NL Central from 94 to 2012. And then moved to the AL West in 2013. So, yeah.
That's fact.
That means I am correct on this.
Yes.
For once.
You can hold your head high.
Mm-hmm.
You win. You win this round.
Anywho, NBA.
Yes, sorry. Sidetracked. We're all over the map here. So, I don't know if you're listening or not. Kyrie he'll forfeit $380,000 per game.
Yep.
So up to $17 million if he missed every home game this year. So interesting. The head of the NBA Players Union now comes out and says, "Hey, we didn't agree to this with the NBA that if guys miss games due to vaccination status, that they could be fined." So that's not actually official. The NBA doesn't have the pull to go ahead and say,
start fining guys.
Yeah, they can't do that. But granted, that's all the reports have been, right? Is that, he's going to get fined, he's going to get fined. No, that's not true. So I think this could get really interesting really quick. But we'll see what the Players Union does. It's really going to boil down to, does the Players Union agree with the vaccination policy or don't they, right? So...
Newsflash, this COVID situation is kind of messing with things.
I'm so sick of hearing about it, but this is a big deal. Kyrie Irving's a big talent. Not some guy you can just, we'll just move on from Kyrie, no problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the dude can play. So, they still got Durant and Harden, but with Kyrie, that puts him right at, got to be your NBA champion favorite with all three guys healthy.
Is it time? Are the Nets just going to tell Kyrie to leave?
I don't think so. I don't think you can do that with a guy of that caliber.
Like, are they just going to say, like, I don't know. They probably aren't because this COVID thing is, like, it's having an impact.
Yeah.
So I guess Kyrie is kind of in the right where he can kind of speak his mind a little bit and do what he wants to do.
Kyrie's got enough dough too.
He's not the only athlete doing this right now.
No, and he's 29 years old, so he would have a good 5 or 6 years left. And maybe he says, you know what, fuck it, I ain't playing this year. I'll come back next year.
Yeah,
that's the way it's going to be, right? Because by then,
because he's anti-vax, right?
Yeah, well, it's unclear as to hit. So obviously he doesn't have it, right?
Yeah.
That's fact. If they're talking about him missing games, he's obviously not vaxxed. So, but maybe he says, you know what, fuck it, I'm taking a year off. I'm gonna retire, and then you guys got first crack at re-signing me next year. You know, I don't know. That could be something I could see him doing, and maybe by then this stupid bullshit will be gone.
But he won't be paid.
No, but does he really need another $45 million?
Maybe he does.
You know, I don't think he does.
Probably doesn't.
I think he's okay, and I think he'd be. He obviously knows what could happen, right?
If you're financially set, there is no reason to play.
No, not really. No, unless you really want to, right?
Unless you're a guy who likes spending millions of dollars a year on things.
And you don't really hear about that with him. Like, I mean, he stays out of trouble as far as I can tell, right?
I'm not sure.
So, and Kyrie does what Kyrie wants. That was last year. He took off for 2 weeks, right? The Nets never authorized it. He said, I got some family things I got to deal with. I'm out of here. Away he went, right? So but Kyrie does what Kyrie wants. And I think he's going to do the same thing with this. So, it's going to be interesting, though, between the Players Union and the NBA, because all the reports have been, yes, these guys are going to be fined. Players Union comes out today and says, no. This has not been agreed upon. So
I think the same thing goes. If he needs money, he'll probably play.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't need money, he probably won't.
Yeah, I agree.
What other NBA news do you got on there?
Ben SImmons. Let's talk a little bit about Ben.
Should we skip Ben today?
No, we got to talk about him.
All right.
I'm sick of it too. But there's been talks Ben SImmons to Portland. 76ers asked for 3 firsts and 3 pick swaps. They didn't disclose what the pick swaps
They're not going to get it.
No. Portland said, there you go. There's the hard one for
Ben
you.
SImmons' trade value is extremely low right now.
It's not what Philly thinks it is, yeah.
He has a max contract.
Yes.
He's not even... I don't even know why they gave him. Why did they even give that to him?
Well, there was no problems up until Game 7 against Atlanta. So...
obviously something happened there with that team. Some kind of incident or something.
Well, yeah. Obviously things were said that...
Or he thinks the team has lost faith in him.
Well, I think they have.
But they gave you a max deal for Christ's sake.
You know my thoughts on this. Yeah, I think Ben SImmons is way offside here. Rumor has it he's already cleaned out his house in Philly. Had everything shipped to LA or wherever he's currently residing. In anticipation of a trade coming through. He's convinced that there's a trade coming. So, I don't know where, but I don't know. For Philly, it's really no skin off their ass, other than they're not as competitive of a team. But they save all their money. Yeah. They're still going to play their season. So, they really get the last laugh at the end of the day.
The only thing that does kind of... They did waste a first overall pick on him.
True.
He was the first overall pick, like 2 or 3 years ago?
Yeah.
4 now, maybe?
Yeah, he wasn't even really truly a rookie, was he?
He's already been in the league 2 or 3 or 4 years.
There was something there. His first year, he didn't play enough games to qualify, and then his second year, he won Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
He's been on 2 NBA all-defensive first teams. I mean, I guess he does have some accolades, but I don't think he's worth what they're asking. So,
well, I don't know. You're right. It's like it's not the worst situation for Philadelphia.
I don't think so.
Because worst case scenario, they pay him all his money and he plays.
Right. And they're competitive. And
would you make the argument they would actually rather him not play and be able to terminate his contract?
No, I think they'd rather have him there. it's been reported numerous times that they've tried to mend the fence with him, and they want him back, and they wanted him at training camp, and Ben is no, right?
So if he just says no, I'm not playing, what happens?
That's it. I think
like,
they can
contract
release him at
done,
that point. Yeah,
and they don't have to. We just rip up your contract. We go our separate ways.
I think so. Yeah,
I think that's how it works too.
Yeah.
And that might happen.
And he's not going to get a max.
And then he'll sign for half his.
Yeah, look at Dennis Schroeder.
Yeah.
With LA, they offered him a 4-year $72. Didn't take it. They shipped his ass out of town. He took like a 1-year $6 million contract because that's all he could find.
Yeah.
So I mean,
that is if he's even allowed to play. Like if you just don't want to play, because I don't know how pro sports works. If you don't want to play,
yeah.
Are you even allowed to sign with a different team?
Because you think guys that were unhappy would just say, if you match my current contract, I'll just walk away, right?
Yeah.
You think guys would do it all over the place. So there's got to be some kind of rule behind it.
Yeah.
I sure wish we knew like an NBA agent or an owner or a GM or something. Because, there's got to be something there that prevents you from doing that. So, or maybe it would cost whoever signed him a first-round pick or 2 first-round picks or something. Right?
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna agree with you. There has to be some kind of rule like that. You're right.
Yeah, anyway. Ben SImmons still doesn't have a home, and he emptied his house in Philly, putting her up for sale. So
anything else?
Yeah, a little bit of Wheatland.
Or that all for basketball?
That's all for NBA. That's it. Those are 2 big stories right now.
Okay.
We're gonna follow them right through to the end.
We'll have a couple NBAs kicking off preseason.
They're already started. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll have some more NBA news shortly, I would think.
Yeah, I'm getting sick of talking about Ben SImmons and Kyrie. Honestly, sick of talking about COVID. Sick of all this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about Wheatland.
Should we throw some? We talked about the Lakers already last time.
Yeah, we had a little Laker talk. Yeah.
Fact is, they got 3 pretty darn good players.
Oh, they have more than 3, but 3 studs. Yeah.
So I look for I don't even want to say it because I feel like I'm beating a dead horse, but I'll say the Lakers will be good this year.
I mean, they're a LeBron injury away from being not good, though, right?
Yeah, they'll be a top 3 team in the West.
They should be. Yeah, I agree. I don't know. These super teams it's making the NBA really difficult. You know, your top 3 seeds at each division are so good that nobody else really stands a chance, and they still play under the old 1-8, 2-7, 3-6, 4-5, right? So in playoff time, so that 8 seed's gonna get cranked every time. So
yeah,
I don't know. It is what it is. Wheatland League. Let's slide over there and call it a day, Reed.
Right.
Wheatland Raiders went to Wainwright yesterday and won 59-0.
All right. Sweet.
The comp, Cole Lake played the comp. Comp won 46-14. And St. Paul defeated Bonnieville 43-0. So all real barn burner games. Fun fact, though, that win put the Raiders ranked number 1 in the province for Tier 3 schools for football, which is normally held by Cochrane. Cochrane lost, so Raiders currently ranked number 1. Good on you, Raiders. Comp isn't even ranked in top 10. It's rough. Rough year, rebuild year for the comp, but regardless. Anything else you want to touch on, Reed? What are your Thanksgiving plans? Are you having a big meal? Are you gonna get a turkey? You gonna have
I don't think I've ever made a turkey for myself, and I doubt this will be the first year I do it.
Well, are your folks having a big meal? Or
I was invited to my parents' house.
Yeah, so that's probably the play.
It might be the play.
Yeah, you can't go wrong. You don't really have to clean up after. You just eat and away you go.
You're sort of true. I have to clean up a little.
And that's okay because you get a big meal in exchange.
Yeah.
So.
Usually good desserts though.
Oh yeah.
That's the.
Does your mom like to bake, or is she more of a cook?
I think Walmart does the cooking.
Okay, yeah. Well, like the turkey and everything?
No, well, Walmart does the desserts.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know what... how much is a turkey nowadays?
Like a frozen bird?
How much is a frozen bird? $15, $20?
Yeah, I think it depends how much it weighs, of course, right? But maybe you could get yourself a little hen. Maybe you go chicken instead of turkey. Maybe you can come out here and have ham with us.
2 Thanksgiving suppers.
Can't go wrong with that.
Perhaps.
Seems like a no-brainer. At least you have options.
Yeah.
Hey? What day is Thanksgiving Monday? Or is it Sunday and we get the Monday?
I believe it's Monday.
Thanksgiving is actually Monday.
I think so.
Okay. Well, we got to do a show Monday too.
I was going to ask you what we were doing Monday.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Whoa. Yeah, I think we have to read. Don't we?
Monday show is TBD.
Okay.
We'll do that. We'll say that for right now.
It's a holiday. I don't see why we wouldn't do it.
Okay.
We could maybe even do it earlier.
Viewer numbers might be down for that one.
Or they might be up. Because everybody's off.
Perhaps.
I don't want to leave everybody hanging.
Two ways.
I'm going to commit to a Monday show, whether you're here or not. Okay? I'd like to have
It's more exciting. I don't know if I should say this, but a couple of little... Some steam going behind our podcast as of late.
We have some developments in the background. Yes.
Some behind the scenes action.
Yeah, we'll share that when we're ready.
Yeah.
We're in very preliminary stages, but there are things happening. So I don't want to shed too much light on that, but could be really exciting.
We'll come back to it.
Yeah. When the time is right.
Yeah.
When the time is right. That's news for us only. You know?
Shouldn't have brought it up, sorry.
That's all right.
But I might be lying.
Yeah, you could be.
Maybe I'm just saying it just to say it.
Just to get people to keep tuning in until we tell them what it's all about.
It's funny when you tease things, people get more interested.
Yeah, sometimes they're like, oh, I wonder what they're talking about.
But what could we possibly... A podcast that's been on the air for 2 weeks, what could possibly be so exciting?
3 weeks.
Has it been?
Well, this is episode 12. We've been a month.
Yeah, you're right.
Because we only do 3 a week. 3 times 4 is 12.
Yeah.
This is our 12th episode. 1 month. We're already making plays. Things are happening.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, when you're in high demand, that's life. It's life in the fast lane, Reed.
It's going pretty fast, all right.
All right. That being said, happy Thanksgiving to all our obviously Canadian listeners. U.S. Thanksgiving's in a month or so. Month and about 5 weeks away. As usual, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for making us a part of your day. You can catch us here, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcasts. I don't need to go through the whole schmozzle every time. But that being said, happy Thanksgiving, Reed. Be sure to give lots of thanks. I know you're probably thankful for the show. Probably first and foremost.
Yeah, we'll say the show probably ranks. Yeah, I don't know where it ranks. It's not number 1. It might be a close second.
Okay, all right, I'll take that. That works for me. But that being said, everyone enjoy your long weekend. Do it safely. And
do we have some Canadian football this weekend? I would imagine. Enjoy whatever football you may be watching.
I just can't bring myself to care.
Yeah.
You know. So, that being said, we're out.
Nice, just